Hey guys, this is Tash the Star-Crossed Stitcher, and today is Thursday, Maynia the 18th. And the whip I'm going to work on today is called Oak Tree by Jan Curtin of Windflower Embroidery. I started this when I went to Beating Around the Bush in 2012. If you don't know what Beating Around the Bush is, you probably haven't been watching my channel at all. It's I guess a retreat that happens every couple of years down in Adelaide, and it's put on by the company Country Bumpkin, who publishes the Inspirations magazine. And they get all these teachers in from all over the world to teach different kinds of embroidery techniques like stump work and needle lace and crewel embroidery and silk ribbon embroidery and smocking and silk printing and needle painting and all sorts of amazing stuff, and it's fantastic, and I've been lucky enough to go twice. This is one I learned from Jan when I went in 2012. So I started this in the 2-day class, but I have not finished it yet. This is the picture. It's not real. This is what I've done so far. Yeah, pathetic, right? This fabric is really interesting. It's really strange. I don't know why we have this bit of paper around the outside. Jan told us to do that to protect our fabric, I suppose. Yeah, basically, you can see in the picture, the tree trunk is made up of basically stem stitch, which is then whipped, or back stitch that's whipped. And there's a lot of different strands of back stitch going all the way up the tree, and then we would go again and just whip through each back stitch or stem stitch all the way up. And you've got to do this quite a lot of times to fill out that whole tree. The other part we did while we were at the class with Jan was, these are the leaves. You can see here that the leaves are detached, and they get attached on, some of them get attached on to the background with just some long stitches down the stem in the middle, and some of them actually have wires and they sit up from the design. So this is silk organza, and we ironed on the leaf pattern, and then she showed us how to do, we had to do a split back stitch around the leaf, which is basically just a back stitch where you sort of go down through the last stitch. It looks like chain stitch from far away, from close up, sorry, but yeah, sorry, it won't focus that close up. And then you fill in the leaf with basically a buttonhole stitch around the edge, a long buttonhole stitch. That's what the green is, a long buttonhole stitch. And then the brown, you just do long stitches. So it's like a long and short stitch, but the edge is all buttonholed. And then after we've done these, basically we're going to cut them out and we're going to attach them to the tree. We've got these wires, so let me grab the wire. Oops, oh gosh. Well, I've got a little acorn head attached to my wire. So this wire will lay down the middle. Basically you're going to draw, colour the wire in with brown, texture or something, marker if you're American, and then you're going to couch the wire down onto there and wrap it over with thread, so it looks like it's part of the leaf, and then just leave a little bit of wire at the bottom and attach the wire to the fabric. Yeah. And the other thing we did when we were there was we made these little acorns. Isn't that so cute? So the acorns, well, they start out life as, oops, oh, I don't have enough hands here. They start out life as just beads like this. See the little one, the little teeny weeny one? That'll be a baby acorn. So they start out life as beads like this with holes in them, and basically you just wrap the beads. You grab some of this weird shiny silk. I don't know what it is. I could look it up because it's got some really interesting materials in this chart. Lots of different kinds of threads I've never heard of or used before. Yeah, this is a really weird shiny flat silk. And basically you just wrap the bead. You just wrap the bead up and down. You can see nice variegation on that. And then when the bead is all wrapped, you do some fancy little buttonhole lace on the top. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus. There we go. Some buttonhole lace around the top to make the little acorn cap. It's not very hard. Oh, you also, so I did put a bead in there, but it sort of went in a bit too far. You can't see it very well. So yeah, that's a little acorn. I also made a little empty acorn hat. Focus please. Oh, it's the shadow. Little empty acorn hat. which was quite hard to do if I recall correctly. I had to put some water-soluble paper around one of these beads and then attach my buttonhole lace to that and then dissolve the paper, and now this is all like stiff and gross. Yeah, anyway, so I've been thinking about what I'm going to do with this because I don't know that I really like the finished piece. You know, it does look pretty, but I know that I'll never finish it. I don't enjoy this whipped stem stitch, and I don't have the patience to do all of these leaves. And the point of doing this piece was to practice some of the techniques, so especially the wire. So what I think I'm going to do is not worry about this actual piece with the tree and stuff. I'm going to make a few more acorns and leaves, and I'm going to grab, some other things I bought when I was there were these buttons, because I had the clever idea that this was before I knew what needle minders were, but I thought I can attach a couple of leaves and put a little acorn or two in there, and it would just be a nice little ornament. But now I'm thinking, and then I'll stick a magnet on the back and it'll become a needle minder. And I've got 3 of those. So yeah, I think what I'll do tonight is a couple of these leaves, maybe another acorn, and then I'll be ready to make it into a needle minder. And then I probably won't finish this piece. I'll call it a finish then, because I've been able to practice my long and short stitch and use some materials that I haven't used before. I'll attach the wire to the leaves and I'll make a needle minder or 2, and that'll be a finish for this for me. I like Jan Curtin's things. She's the designer, and I bought a few more of her things. This is a pear tin. Sorry about the glare. So you can see this one, there's a lot more needle lace on that pear. That's just a stuffed pear, it doesn't use a bead. And some wired leaves. And she put it on a tin, but I also thought, you know, one of these buttons would work for that. I also bought, I love this one. This is a toadstool pincushion. It's a huge pincushion, but the toadstools on top are so cute. And she had the models there, of course, and they were just so sweet in person. And they're full kits, they've got everything in them. These are a little, you know, intimidating to do without the teacher there, but I'll probably go to Beating Around the Bush next year in 2018, and I might take another class of Jan's so I can do one of those. Another thing I got when I was there was these beads, which can be used for apples. So they would be very cute. Oh, they're cute. Yeah, so this is just a bit of interesting, it's not really cross-stitch, just a bit of interesting craft. So as I said, tonight I'm going to work on some leaves, and the goal for this piece is just to make a needle minder or 2, and then I'm going to call it a finish. So that is Oak Tree by Jan Curtin of Windflower Embroidery. That's all I have for tonight. I hope you're having a great Maynia, as I keep saying. Actually, I think Maynia is over for most people. Not for me, I'm going until the 31st, because I'm a glutton for punishment. Yeah, so have a great stitchy day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Whoops, bye!